Writer Luan Ashley sees a man die on the way to a meeting with her publisher. She is aided by a handsome stranger named Jeremy Crawford. They bond immediately and share their recent personal experiences with grief. Luan had recently lost her mother to cancer. Jeremy lost both of his twin daughters within 6 months of each other. They separate but soon discover that they are both headed to the same meeting at Bantam Press. Jeremy is the husband of Verity Crawford, an esteemed writer who is unable to finish the 3 remaining books in her popular series, The Noble Virtues. This deal presented to Luan and asked her to complete the books for a substantial payment. Facing eviction, Luan takes the deal and agrees to travel to Vermont to gather notes from Verity's office. Before leaving, Luan's literary agent and former lover Corey warns her to be careful given the suspicious nature of Verity's car accident, which has left her immobilized. Luan arrives in Vermont. She meets the one surviving Crawford child named Dew, a 5-year-old boy. Uneasy, Luan attempts to settle in and begin her work. She soon discovers a manuscript titled So Be It, which she takes to be Verity's autobiography, but is in fact a writing exercise in which Verity explores violent impulses to develop her understanding of characters. The autobiography begins by detailing Verity and Jeremy's first meeting and their active sex life. As Luan reads, she catches Verity staring at her and grows increasingly more threatened by her presence. Disturbed by the content of the manuscript, Luan suspects that Verity played a role in the deaths of her daughters. Luan and Jeremy's relationship grows more intimate and they almost kiss. Luan reads about Verity giving birth to the twins Harper and Justin and how she neglects them during the day while Jeremy is at work. One day, Luan sleepwalks and wakes up in Verity's bed. She confides in Jeremy about a traumatic experience at the age of 10 that resulted in her mother's neglect of her and 2 weeks psychiatric evolution. Jeremy comforts Luan. To ease Luan's mind, Jeremy places a lock on the outside of Luan's bedroom. Luan reads about Verity's dream of Harper killing Justin. This leads Verity to attempt to kill Harper by forcing her to swallow her own vomit. Jeremy stops her before she is successful. Verity gets pregnant with Crew as a means of appeasing an agitated Jeremy who believes Verity is not treating Harper fairly. On the eve of her 32nd birthday, Luan unwinds with Jeremy. They begin to have sex. Luan sees Verity watching them from the top of the stairs. Luan decided to finish the autobiography and then determine whether to tell Jeremy the truth about Verity. She reads that Justin died at a sleepover because of an allergic reaction. Verity becomes convinced Harper played a role in the death of her sister. On her birthday, Luan is briefly left alone with Verity, whom she confronts. Verity does not move. Later that evening, Luan suggests Jeremy place Verity in a nursing facility to ease the burden of caring for her. Luan thinks about Harper's drowning in the lake. She thinks that Verity capsizes the canoe and intentionally does not attempt to rescue Harper, Jeremy informed Luan that Verity will be moving to a nursing facility on Monday and asked Luan to stay for another week. She agrees, and they have unprotected sex. Alone with Crew, Luan asks him questions about the day of Harper's death. Crew accidentally cut himself with a knife. Jeremy takes him to get stitches and leave Luan alone with Verity. Luan places a baby monitor in Verity's room and locks the door. She watches the monitor and reads the last chapter of the manuscript. Verity's manuscript ends with Jeremy questioning Verity's involvement in the death of Harper. In response, Verity considers death by suicide. Jeremy returns. On the baby monitor, Luan catches Verity on the floor of her bedroom. She runs upstairs to confront Verity once again. Jeremy grabs Luan and demands she leave. Luan finally gives the manuscript to Jeremy and asks him to read it. Jeremy confronts Verity himself and threatens to call the police. Verity opens her eyes. Jeremy begins to choke her. Luan stops him and then suggests he kill Verity in the same way she tried to kill Harper as a baby. Jeremy forces Verity to choke on her own vomit. Luan and Jeremy vow never to speak about what happened. 7 months later, after Verity's death, a pregnant Luan, Jeremy, and Crew arrive back in Vermont. Luan discovers a letter from Verity to Jeremy that details how Verity's manuscript was a writing exercise called antagonistic journaling to help Verity get in the mind of her villainous characters. Verity reveals how Jeremy discovered the manuscript in the days following Harper's death and then staged a car accident in an attempt to kill her. Verity admits to staring at Luan, locking her in her room, and planning to run away with Crew. Luan decides to destroy the letter to preserve Jeremy's peace. She vows to carry the secret to her grave. Hey everyone, hope you liked today's video, and don't forget to tell me your opinions on this book, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye bye.